I was once deep in witchcraft. I lived in darkness. Served powers that promised me control, but in truth, they controlled me. Back then, I could spot witches easily, because I was one of them. Today, as an ex-witch, I want to expose 5 clear trademarks that identify a witch. Pay close attention, because number 4 will shock you. But before I begin, let me make something clear. Witches rarely look like what you see in movies. They don't walk around in black robes, chanting spells on the street. No. The most dangerous witches look completely ordinary. They could be the person sitting beside you in church, your friendly neighbor, a teacher, or even someone selling food in the market. Trademark 1, the eyes that speak without words. When a witch looks at you, it's never ordinary. Their eyes carry power, spiritual weight. In the coven, we were taught that our eyes are portals. Through them, we could lock eyes with someone and plant fear, lust, or confusion without speaking a word. That's why Proverbs 6 verse 25 warns. Do not lust in your heart after her beauty or let her captivate you with her eyes. I remember a woman named Grace in Enugu. She owned a small shop. Every man who crossed her path ended up losing something, their home, their peace, their business. Her eyes were magnetic traps. She rarely spoke, yet men fought over her, blind to the chains being placed on their souls. I also remember a girl in secondary school who used her eyes to initiate classmates. She would stare at them during class. And later they would see her in their dreams. That's how powerful the eyes can be in witchcraft. Trademark 2, double personality, 1:51 to 3 o'clock. Witches often live double lives. By day, they appear kind, humble, and helpful. By night, they operate in the spirit realm, doing the exact opposite. When I was still practicing, I could smile at someone during the day and attack that same person in their dreams at night. That false sweetness is just a mask. I once knew a businessman in Lagos, a philanthropist by day. He paid hospital bills, gave scholarships, and supported churches. But at night, he was a marine prince, draining the destinies of the same people he helped. He would bless you with one hand, and enslave you with the other. That's why people often say, how can such a good person be involved in witchcraft? Because witches are masters of disguise. Trademark 3, the atmosphere they carry. Every witch carries an atmosphere. Some bring heaviness, others carry a strange charm that draws people in. In my days of darkness, I was trained to project an aura. To make people admire me, trust me, or fear me, without knowing why. Ephesians 6 verse 12 reminds us. We wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities and powers. There was a girl named Blessing at Unilag. She wasn't the most beautiful, yet everyone, lecturers, men, even women, were drawn to her. That wasn't natural beauty. It was a spiritual perfume, created from blood sacrifices. On the other hand, some witches carry heaviness. Whenever they enter a room, peace disappears. Arguments start. People feel tired or irritated for no reason. That's another way to detect their presence. The spiritual atmosphere shifts when they arrive. Trademark 4, strange connection with animals. This one shocks many people. Witches often have unusual relationships with animals, cats, owls, dogs, snakes. These creatures are not ordinary pets, they are spiritual channels. When I practiced witchcraft, I had a black cat. It wasn't just a pet, it was my spiritual partner, used for astral projection. Sometimes witches feed these animals blood, or use them as carriers for attacks. There was an old woman in my village in Imo State. She loved goats, always kept many of them. But at night, some of those goats weren't really goats. They were spiritual beings. Whenever she left her body to attend meetings, one goat would die as an exchange. In Ghana, I met a witch who never traveled with her physical body. She projected through an owl that lived in a tree near her home. If that owl ever died, so would she. That's why not every animal around a witch is ordinary. Trademark 5, obsession with the night. The final sign, night activity. Witches are most active between 12 midnight and 3 a.m. That's their battlefield. I used to leave my body through astral projection around that time. I remember attacking a pastor in Abuja once, around 2 a.m. He was praying for revival. When I entered his room in the spirit, I saw fire surrounding him. He didn't see me, but his prayers hit like arrows. That night, I couldn't come close. I returned wounded. Another time, I joined witches in South Africa to attack students who were fasting. When we entered their hostel at 1 a.m., their prayers thundered in the spirit. We couldn't penetrate. Many of us were judged that night. Some never returned. That's how powerful midnight prayers truly are. I've just revealed 5 trademarks that expose witches. Eyes that speak without words. Double personality. A strange atmosphere. Connection with animals. Obsession with the night. Don't live in ignorance. Be alert. Be prayerful. Test every spirit. Remember, Jesus Christ has already given us victory over darkness. As Colossians 2 verse 15 says, He disarmed powers and authorities, making a public spectacle of them, triumphing over them by the cross. Stay covered by the blood of Jesus. And no darkness can touch you.